All right, if you've ever been jolted awake at 3 a.m. by an absolute storm of alerts and you're just sitting there wondering which one is the real fire, then this explainer is for you. Today we're going to dive deep into Opsgenie, the tool that's designed to bring some serious order to that on-call chaos. Let's get right into it.
Oh man, we've all been there, right? That constant buzz, ping, buzz from your phone in the dead of night. You're half asleep, squinting at the screen, just trying to figure out what's real and what's just noise. Honestly, it's the perfect recipe for burnout and, even worse, for actually missing a critical incident.
This slide just nails the before and after. On the left, you've got pure chaos, floods of alerts, nobody knowing who owns what, and that soul-crushing alert fatigue. But on the right, that's a world of calm, controlled focus. The noise is managed, ownership is crystal clear, and the response is lightning fast. It's really the difference between just fighting fires and actually engineering for reliability.
So, how do we actually make that leap from total chaos to total control? Well, it all starts with this first crucial step, creating order from all that noise. I absolutely love this analogy. Think about it. Your monitoring tools, like a Datadog or something, they're like the nerve endings in your system. They're the ones that feel the pain. Opsgenie is the central nervous system. It takes that pain signal, processes it, and routes it to the exact person who needs to deal with it, the on-call engineer.
Okay, so how does Opsgenie actually pull this off? It sounds great in theory, but what does it look like in practice? Let's trace the journey of a single alert as it moves through the system.
The logic here is just so powerful. So first, an alert is detected, but instead of just blasting it out to everyone, it gets sent straight to Opsgenie, and that's where the magic really happens. Opsgenie figures out who is on call right this second, and then notifies them intelligently. Maybe it starts with a push notification, then an SMS. Maybe it even escalates to a phone call. And the best part? Once that engineer hits acknowledge, the notifications stop, and they can actually focus on fixing the problem.
Now, this routing magic isn't random. It's actually built on 4 really solid pillars. First, you've got your teams, which is just grouping people by the services they own. Super simple. Then you have on-call schedules, which is the brains of who's on duty, and it can handle everything from super complex rotations to those last-minute vacation overrides. Next up, alert policies. Think of these as the traffic cops, reading the data in an alert and sending it to the right team. And finally, the most important safety net of all, escalation policies.
This right here, this is what lets on-call engineers actually get some sleep at night. I mean, what if your phone dies? Or you're in a spot with no reception? Escalation policies totally have your back. If an alert isn't acknowledged in, say, 5 minutes, Opsgenie can call you. After 10 minutes, it pages the secondary person on call. After 20, maybe the manager gets the call. It's a guarantee that a critical alert will never just fall through the cracks. So, we've nailed getting the right alert to the right person. That's huge. But true mastery isn't just about responding faster, it's about working smarter. Let's see how Opsgenie helps with that.
This is such a crucial mindset shift. The ultimate goal here isn't just to get better at handling a flood of alerts, it's to get fewer, more meaningful alerts in the first place. And Opsgenie has some absolutely brilliant features for doing exactly that.
Just think about this for a second. A core database goes down. You really don't need 500 different alerts from the 500 services that depend on it. No way. You need one alert that says, hey, the database is down. And that's exactly what deduplication does. It takes all that noise and collapses it into a single actionable alert. It turns a fire hose into a focused signal. Here's another simple but incredibly powerful one. If you're doing planned maintenance on a server, you can just tell Opsgenie, hey, I'm working on this, please be quiet for a bit. No more getting paged for an issue that you already know about and are actively working on. It's a real lifesaver.
Okay, now this feature is just brilliant. Honestly, it's one of my favorites. Some of the absolute scariest failures are the ones that happen in silence. Think about a critical backup job that just doesn't run. No error message, no warning, just nothing. Heartbeats solve this. The job sends a regular I'm alive signal to Opsgenie. If Opsgenie misses that signal, it immediately creates an alert. It's a genius dead man switch for all your critical processes.
So here's how that plays out in the real world. At 10 p.m., the backup job checks in, sends its heartbeat, everything's good. At 11 p.m., the job silently fails, it never sends the signal. By 11:01, just 1 minute after it was expected, Opsgenie notices that missed heartbeat and bam, it triggers a critical alert. A potential disaster is caught before anyone even knew there was a problem.
This might be the single biggest time saver of them all. Alert enrichment.
Imagine getting paged at 3 a.m. and the alert that wakes you up already has the link to the runbook, a link to the right performance dashboard, and even notes from the last deployment. No more fumbling around in the dark trying to find information. It's all right there, shaving critical minutes off your response time.
Okay, so we've covered the mechanics, we've covered the really smart features, but what's the real payoff? What's the bottom line? Let's zoom out a bit and look at the actual impact on reliability.
This table is so key to understanding this. Notice what Opsgenie doesn't do. It doesn't detect the issues. That's the job of your monitoring tools. Opsgenie is designed to handle everything that happens after an issue is detected. The routing, the on-call management, the escalations. It's the response coordinator.
And that brings us to probably the most important point about where Opsgenie fits in your toolchain. You absolutely need both pieces of this puzzle. Your monitoring tools tell you what is broken. Opsgenie manages the who and the how of the entire response. Put them together, and you have a complete, robust incident response system.
You can't improve what you don't measure, right? So the first key metric here is MTTA, or mean time to acknowledge. Basically, how fast does a human being actually see a problem and say, I'm on it? This is the very first step in any response, and trust me, every single second counts.
And the second, arguably even more critical metric is MTTR, mean time to resolve. This is the big one. How long, from the moment the alert fires to the moment it's fixed, did it take? This number is a direct measure of the pain your users felt.
And this, right here, this is the end game. Everything we've talked about, the smart routing, the noise reduction, the enrichment, it all serves one ultimate purpose: to drive these numbers down, lower MTTTA, lower MTTR, and lower overall alert volume. That, my friends, is the definition of a mature and truly reliable system.
So let's end on this thought. Mastering a tool like Opsgenie is about so much more than just surviving your on-call shift. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think about reliability. It's a core skill for anyone who wants a serious career in SRE or DevOps. It's really the difference between being reactive and being proactive, and that's a skill that will pay dividends for your entire career.